communication.
I
Like,
said I don't respond to rudeness. I cut the conversation
are
interaction
you one of
short.
them men that don't make, like, you won't make your woman get to you? As in, if she was to tell you to shut up and you just walked away, you would go about your day like everything's fine.
Yeah.
While
Yes.
she's miserable around the house.
That's her problem.
Yes.
And then you'll make her come to you. Okay.
I'm not making her do anything, innit? If you're disrespectful,
there.
it's not. I'm not under duress to kind of satisfy how you
And
feel.
it's her responsibility to come up to you and talk about
No,
it. If she wants to.
because okay, but in that scenario, women create and whip themselves up into, you know, a frenzy emotionally. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of the time, if you take on someone else's emotional baggage, it can affect your day. Like you said, like if I take on your emotional baggage, it may affect my day. I don't want to do that. So I will go along with my day and I will be okay. And if and when, because we all know what happened prior to it, prior to me going on my day, if and when you're ready to address what went on, then we'll address it. But I'm not going to do, me personally, because I hear what you're saying, I'm not going to do the back and forth. Like, I'm just not going to do it.
So you wouldn't even, like, come, like, say, like, 2 hours and everything's calmed down. You would not address
If you told me to shut up, I must come to you.
No. Like, after I told you to shut up, you walked away. We didn't speak for, like, 2 hours. Then we sat down.
To you.
Well, I think that's like
It's not
that's
happening.
like a feminine point of view though, because like we don't let things go, but men do.
Yeah.
So like we're the ones that hold on to like there's 10 things that happen.
I forgot about it.
And so for us, after we get into an
100%.
argument, you're like, you wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, literally.
That sounds horrible, but like to guys, it's just like different.
A woman will come up to you 2 hours later and be like, so
Yeah,
are we not going to speak about what just happened? It's like, yo, like...
We've been thinking about this for hours. I've been thinking of what I'm going to say, how I'm going to say it.
Well, he's just playing his
I've been
playing his
texting my
game.
friends asking how I should say it.
Yeah. He's playing his game.
And then when you don't restart the conversation, she'll be like, well, that's toxic masculinity. I think you need to be more in touch with your emotions and communicate more.
True.
Which are all these tactics to get you into another silly conversation.
Not necessarily, because obviously, what are you? Because we're men, we're not allowed to communicate.
Basically,
What do you
that's
mean
what you're
allowed?
saying.
But that's the pressure that's been put on you.
Who's stopping
Exactly.
you from?
You know what I
Who's
mean?
stopping
That
you
is
from?
true.
Okay,
Exactly.
so for
What are you
example,
talking about?
Okay,
Do you know what
go
it
on.
is? I think it is. I think men and women communicate differently.
100%.
That's what it is. It's like women want men to communicate with them the way they communicate. Do you get what I'm saying? And so when you've been quiet for 3 hours or whatever, and a woman comes to you and says, well, she wants you to communicate with her the way she communicates. Yeah. I don't necessarily communicate like that. So first of all, you're not going to get me to communicate on your terms. You're not going to manipulate the situation. And secondly, if and when it's time for me to communicate, I can talk to you. It's not a problem.
Okay,
but
so
like I
that's
said,
fine.
if you're communicating to draw me back onto, I've always said this, right? Women have a battlefield and men have a battlefield in the way they communicate. For me, I always tell men, never get drawn onto women's battlefield with an argument, because they argue differently from us and they will drag you onto that battlefield and they will win because you are not well versed in the way in which women argue. I feel like women argue with manipulation, they argue with emotion, and you know, when all else fails, they'll pull the victimhood card.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, if I get drawn into that, they will always win.
I did a video on this. I never really
You're triggered.
argue with most women. Obviously, I have some female friends that are intelligent and, you know, they think in a logical way, and so we can have these kind of discussions. But 99% of the time I don't, because most of the time, that for me to engage in a discussion with you, I have to believe that you actually want to reach an end. Like you actually, I have to. There's a good faith.
We don't argue for solutions. We want to be heard.
No, she wants to rile you up. That's why she's
that
arguing, innit? So that's why, you know, there will be these share manipulations. There'll be moving the goalposts, because she's not trying to find the answer. She's just trying to like get a rise out of you, and that's fair enough, right? Because you know that's her problem. It's your problem when you let that get to you, and then you start acting feminine, having this tit for tat, and you know, moving into that lane, because you're not going to get anywhere anyway, right? Those conversations never end in, oh, I see your point now, actually. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, those last 2 hours of shouting really kind of, that never happens. 2, she won't respect you because you've been acting like a bitch. You're arguing with her tit for tat. You look like one of her female friends right now.
Yeah,
no one respects that.
I get what you're saying, but you're only talking about arguing. What about, I'm talking about communication,
I think it depends
conversation.
how you go about it.
Conversation where you lot have gone wrong. You don't want to improve the situation by having a conversation.
What kind
you know
of
she's done
conversation?
wrong. You know she's done wrong, right? So she asks you, you know, certain questions. You're just not going to respond back to it. You expect her to know.
What kind of conversation has people telling you to shut up? That sounds a bit like a...
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the solution.
The solution?
You're talking about the problem. You're talking about the solution.
Okay. Well, in a normal kind of, let's say a conversation, we're trying to get to a solution, right? Whose interest is the solution in?
For both parties.
I don't see how, if someone's overstepped boundaries or they've been rude or disrespectful, and you now want us to come to a solution, but you've kind of violated your end of the agreement in terms of not being respectful, etc., then in my view, I don't really owe you restarting that conversation because that's your bad.
So would you ever have a conversation with a girl about like a disagreement?
Yeah, I state my view, she states her view. We can have a kind of a fruitful discussion, but if there's disrespect, you know, I kind of just, and
So
it's never happened before.
You're saying if there's disrespect, you walk away. You'll have a conversation later if she initiates it.
Yeah. That's kind of her problem.
Do you know why I understand? Do you know why I understand? Because
what do you mean that's bad?
No, do you know what?
Communication.
No, but do you know why I understand? Because women are habitual line steppers. Yeah, and a lot of women are habitual lines, and so if they push the line there, they're like, next time I'm
Next time
push it. And so when you do not give them what they want, right? Then essentially
they're going to do it again.
They'll learn because you're doing it for a reaction. If you don't get the desired reaction,
they will do it again.
You're gonna you're gonna try something different.
So hold on. So
you're gonna try something different.
They're
gonna try something different.
I get it.
If I can tell you shut up once, I'm going to tell you shut up again. Because if I tell you to shut up and you just shut up, because to me you shut up, even though you feel like you've just gone quiet and doing what you're doing. That's me.
You won't think that if you actually tried it.
And you know what? I would shut up.
Like if you told me to shut up.
Hang on. I would shut up, and you'd never see me again.
Okay.
And then that's my shut up because you tried to push the boundaries twice. Yeah, you wanted me. You tried to tell me to shut up. I'll shut up. You won't see me again. And then you're gonna be like, calling me on my phone. Oh my God, babe, come back. No, you told me to shut up. I'm gone.
No,